CinemaSynopses. Spoiler alert! 2 years after the Battle of New York, Steve Rogers works in Washington, D.C. for the espionage agency S.H.I.E.L.D. under director Nick Fury, while adjusting to contemporary society.
Say left. Come on!
Rogers and agent Natasha Romanoff are sent with S.H.I.E.L.D.'s counter-terrorism strike team, led by Agent Rumlow,
Target is a mobile satellite launch platform,
to free hostages aboard a S.H.I.E.L.D. vessel from Georges Batroc and his mercenaries.
He's at the top of Interpol's red notice.
Mid-mission, Rogers discovers Romanoff has another agenda: to extract data from the ship's computers for Fury.
You just jeopardized this whole operation.
Okay, that one's on me.
You're damn right.
Rogers returns to the Triskelion, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s headquarters, to confront Fury,
Those hostages could have died, Nick.
and is briefed about Project Insight.
This is Project Insight.
3 helicarriers linked to spy satellites, designed to preemptively eliminate threats.
These new long-range precision guns can eliminate 1,000 hostiles a minute.
Unable to decrypt the data recovered by Romanoff,
Decryption failed.
Fury becomes suspicious about Insight and asks senior S.H.I.E.L.D. official Alexander Pierce to delay the project.
Project Insight has to be delayed. Fine.
On his way to rendezvous with Maria Hill, Fury is ambushed by assailants led by a mysterious assassin called the Winter Soldier.
I don't remember giving you a key.
You really think I'd need one?
Fury escapes to Rogers' apartment and warns Rogers that S.H.I.E.L.D. is compromised. Fury is gunned down by the Winter Soldier before handing Rogers a flash drive containing data from the ship.
Don't trust anyone.
Fury is pronounced dead during surgery. And Hill recovers the body. The next day, Pierce summons Rogers to the Triskelion.
Cap, they want you back at S.H.I.E.L.D.
When Rogers withholds Fury's information, Pierce brands him a fugitive.
Why was he there? He told me not to trust anyone.
Anyone gets in my way, they're gonna regret it.
Hunted by Strike, Rogers meets with Romanoff.
I know who killed Fury. It's the ones that do call him the Winter Soldier. Like you said, he's a ghost story.
Using data in the flash drive, they discover a secret S.H.I.E.L.D. bunker in New Jersey while posing as an engaged couple at an Apple store.
We're getting married.
Where are you guys thinking about going?
New Jersey.
Where they activate a supercomputer containing the preserved consciousness of Arnim Zola.
It's some kind of recording.
I am not a recording.
Zola reveals that ever since S.H.I.E.L.D. was founded after World War II, Hydra has secretly operated within its ranks.
The new Hydra grew. A beautiful parasite inside S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sowing global chaos with the objective of making humanity willing to surrender its freedom in exchange for security.
Hydra's new world order will arise. We are both of us out of time.
The pair narrowly escape death when a S.H.I.E.L.D. missile destroys the bunker and realize that Pierce is Hydra's leader within S.H.I.E.L.D. Rogers and Romanoff enlist the help of former United States Air Force pararescueman Sam Wilson,
I'm sorry about this. We need a place to lay low.
whom Rogers befriended, and acquire his powered Falcon wing pack. Deducing that S.H.I.E.L.D. agent Jasper Sitwell is a Hydra mole,
Tell me about Zola's algorithm.
Wait, did you gonna throw me off the roof? Because it's really not just that. You're right. It's not. It's hers.
they force him to divulge that Zola developed a data mining algorithm that can identify individuals who might become future threats to Hydra's plans.
How could it know? How could it not?
The Insight helicarriers will sweep the globe using satellite-guided guns to eliminate these individuals.
Then the Inside helicarrier scratched people off the list.
Rogers, Romanoff, and Wilson are ambushed by the Winter Soldier, who kills Sitwell.
Hang on!
During the fight, Rogers recognizes the Winter Soldier as Bucky Barnes,
Bucky?
Who the hell is Bucky?
his friend who was captured and experimented upon during World War II. Hill manages to extract the trio to a safe house where Fury,
About damn time.
who had faked his death, is waiting with plans to sabotage the helicarriers by replacing their controller chips.
That?
Shield, Hydra, it all goes.
Looks like you're giving the orders now, Captain.
After the World Security Council members arrive for the helicarrier's launch,
Finally, we're here. And the world should be grateful.
Rogers broadcasts Hydra's plot to everyone at the Triskelion.
Attention all S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. This is Steve Rogers.
But I think it's time you know the truth. S.H.I.E.L.D. it's been taken over by Hydra.
Romanoff, disguised as one of the council members, disarms Pierce.
I'm sorry. Did I step on your moment?
Fury arrives and forces Pierce to unlock S.H.I.E.L.D's database so that Romanoff can leak classified information, exposing Hydra to the public.
But if you want to stay ahead of me, you need to keep both eyes open.
Following a struggle, Fury kills Pierce.
That was the time I would have taken a bullet for you.
You already did. You will again when...
Meanwhile, Rogers and Wilson storm two helicarriers and replace the controller chips. But the Winter Soldier destroys Wilson's suit and fights Rogers on the third.
People are gonna die, Buck. Please don't make me do this.
Rogers fends him off and replaces the final chip.
Where are the targets?
Fire now.
Steve!
Do it!
Allowing Hill to take control and have the vessels destroy each other. Rogers refuses to fight the Winter Soldier in an attempt to reach his friend.
You've known me your whole life. Shut up! I'm not gonna fight you. You're my friend. You're my mission.
But as the ship collides with the Triskelion, Rogers is thrown out into the Potomac River. The Winter Soldier rescues the unconscious Rogers before disappearing into the woods. With S.H.I.E.L.D. in disarray, Romanoff appears before a Senate subcommittee.
You're not gonna put any of us in a prison because you need us.
And Fury, under the cover of his apparent death, heads to Eastern Europe in pursuit of Hydra's remaining cells.
Anybody ask for me, tell them they can find me right here.
Roger and Wilson decide to find the Winter Soldier,
You're going after him. When do we start?
while Rumlow, who was a double agent for Hydra, is hospitalized during the Triskelion's destruction. In a mid-credit scene, Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, at a Hydra lab, proclaims that,
This is the age of miracles.
as scientists examine an energy-filled scepter and two test subjects, one with superhuman speed, the other with telekinetic powers.
There's nothing more horrifying than a miracle.
In a post-credit scene, the Winter Soldier visits a Bucky memorial at the Smithsonian Institution. Keep watching for some fun Easter eggs and trivia from Captain America, the Winter Soldier. When the helicarriers are looking for their targets, on one of the monitors, there is a wireframe model of the former Stark Tower in New York City, now sporting the Avengers sign. In the same image is a mugshot of Tony Stark, on the right-hand side as a Hydra target.
Is he wearing a parachute? No. No, he wasn't.
The scene where Captain America jumps out of a plane without bothering to use a parachute is an homage to a similar scene from the first issue of the Ultimates comic.
The TV anchor in Cairo, Bruce Banner, Stephen Strange.
Jasper Sitwell mentions some high-risk targets that Hydra is keeping tabs on. Among these are Bruce Banner, the Hulk, Dr. Stephen Strange, and A Man in Cairo. The latter is most likely Mark Spector, the Moon Knight, an Avengers team member who hasn't made it into the movies yet. The freighter Batroc hijacks in the beginning is named the Lemurian Star. This is a reference to Lemuria, the sunken continent that was home of the Deviants, a race of superhumans created by Jack Kirby. In Dr. Zola's lair, Black Widow says,
"Shall we play a game?"
This was a line taken from War Games in 1983, which was a movie about war simulation programs run by a national defense computer, which almost triggers a nuclear war. Stan Lee makes his usual cameo as a security guard at the Smithsonian, who notices the original Captain America costume is missing and says,
I am so fired.
Nick Fury's grave bears the epitaph, "The Path of the Righteous Man," Ezekiel 25:17. This is a favorite line of Jules Winnfield, played by Samuel L. Jackson in the cult classic movie Pulp Fiction in 1994. At the end of the movie, Brock Rumlow can be seen burned, but alive, being healed by some doctors while he is moved in an ambulance. In the comics, Crossbones, Rumlow's supervillain moniker, had his face severely burned, necessitating that he wear a mask. The Winter Soldier is able to match Captain America move by move, even to the point of catching Rogers' shield. This foreshadows Barnes taking over as Captain America, which happened in the comics. Baron von Strucker experiments on twins with superpowers. In the comics, Strucker actually subjected his own twins, Andrea and Andreas, to a treatment which gave them superpowers.